Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's lecture. It's nice to see you all here, and I just want to go through a few announcements what we have happening at the center for those who are new and those who are coming back to the center. So from Monday through Thursday, we have the Sanctuary of Peace. Is an in-person sessions of half an hour meditation from 6 to 6:30. You come in person and go and sit in the meditation room, and some nice music and commentary will be playing. It's a safe place in the middle of Manhattan where you can come and experience your inner peace. And in that way, it helps you concentrate and um, make use of a nice space like the Manhattan Center. Also, we have a power boost. That's a lunchtime meditation. It's a 15 minutes meditation that happens from Monday through Friday. But this is only on Facebook. So if you want to, whenever you have lunch at work at 12 noon, just connect to Manhattan's Facebook, and there will be some small talk and a guided meditation from one of our experienced meditators. And also for this Saturday, July 20th, we will have a workshop, The Art of Asserting Yourself. So you are welcome to come for that workshop, and it is from 12 noon to 1:30. You don't need to register, just come to the center and enjoy the workshop. And tonight's lecture is with Sister Ines. It's Meditating Minds. Tonight she will be guiding us through some meditation experience with explanation on how to use our mind and our thoughts. And there will also be some music playing. This lecture is being recorded, so it will be on Facebook and YouTube if you want to watch it again. And it is also being streamed live on Zoom for those who are here and want to share anything, something. Just make sure if you want, use the microphone so those on Zoom can hear what you are sharing. Okay, thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Thursday series here at the Manhattan Center, and especially like once a month, and today is that day where we focus will not be a full lecture. We'll do some meditation exercises, and the sharing will also be connected to meditation, right? So we experimenting with that approach. We're doing this once a month, and the other Thursdays are just straight lectures. So we have a group of nice few young women, young men here at the center. Very warm welcome. And then of course, everyone on Zoom also. Your face looks familiar. You have been here before? Yeah. You are the first time here? Yeah. Okay. Meditating minds. Do you like that? It's very, very beautiful. Now, even though there are different types of meditation, but different methods, different approaches, but the overall aim in meditation is to experience inner peace, right? Creating a state of mind that is that makes you feel good, where we come out from all the thinking and overthinking. So when we do something, like for example, as children we play, not many play as adults, but when we, for example, play together a ball game, and as simple as just having one ball and throwing them to each other nicely, yeah. We do this together, or if you sing collectively, if you do a group dance, these natural movements of playing or dancing or singing, it synchronizes us. It creates a unity and a harmony among the players, among those who sing together, those who even walk together. There's somewhere, the vibrations are more, become more similar, the thinking becomes more similar. We're not thinking, of course, identically, but there's some kind of synchronizing that's happening. And meditating minds, just imagine all the minds are in a meditative state. How would that feel? How would that peaceful? Yes, exactly. Because as soon as you have the thought of meditating or meditation, I think almost everyone connects it. We connect it to peace, right? To experiencing peace, feeling more peaceful. Nowadays, the minds of us are very, very active, hyperactive, over a long period of time. And this, for the majority, not so easy to turn it off, to slow it down. And then another level is to actually start to choose the thoughts you want to have. And thoughts create feelings. So nowadays the minds, they are all so busy and everyone has problems. Everyone has situations going on, and there are many things going on in the world too, right? So the minds are not only overactive, but also many times not thinking very healthy. And then over a long period of time, if I don't take care of the mind, it can even, or it will eventually even affect the body. And one thing that I learned and started to kind of, grasping it, and it is not such a subtle thing, but nowadays, because the condition of our mind is, can we say, at times chaotic, at times in overdrive, is not our natural state of being, is not our natural state of experiencing the self. But what is actually natural to every one of us is to have a peaceful mind. So because for one or another reason, for different reasons, mind has become like a wild horse, right? And it's not easy to tame a wild horse and have it to go into the direction I want it to go and behave it in the way I would like it to. So we need to learn to meditate. Meditation, to have a being in a meditative state of or how to say, meditative state of mind. Being in a meditative state is actually absolutely normal and natural to us. It's just now, okay, we call it meditation, we have to learn it. And that implies that when I meditate, when I'm in a meditative state, doesn't mean I have to close my eyes. I can meditate even though I'm moving and walking around or doing things. But then also, especially when we learn or if we get too busy during the day, it's good to take quality time. And even if it's just for a few minutes, where I choose to sit down and meditate for a few minutes. So one aspect of meditation is that it's something actual that's very natural to us. And what do we do in meditation? What do we do when we meditate? We're also going to hear tonight a little bit about our thoughts and how to work with the mind, how to, bring the speed of our thoughts down, how to gradually regain control over the mind. But meditation also implies, even though there are different techniques, it's a journey inward. It's not a journey of the mind into the world outside, but it's a journey inside, right? And so connecting within, I'm connecting with whom you're going to connect. With myself, exactly. So there is no perfect definition of meditation. You really can define it or describe it in many different ways, but one way I find it very practical and natural is you have an appointment with yourself. You're meeting your own self. And not only meeting, but the more I want to come to know myself at different levels. And that includes the more subtle level, what I think, how I feel, what is going on in my world, and what is it that I want there to be going on, right? So we know ourselves at the physical level, at the social level, but not necessarily at the subtle level. But if you see, that's the thing. It's subtle. It's not necessarily visible to the physical eye, the thoughts, the feelings. But if we don't pay attention to it, the mind can turn against us. So it's either my best friend or it can turn into my worst enemy. And so meditation also has a lot to do to come back to my true self and coming to know myself in a very positive manner, in a very positive way. It's like I'm connecting to my highest potential, connecting to my origin, to my inner truth, right? And as I do so, yes, it does require some practice. And as I do so, I will encounter some obstacles, some challenges, right? Because, like we said, there are all kinds of thoughts and feelings inside the mind. The mind is very busy. So even though I have the aim to connect to my highest potential, doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to experience it right away. There might be many other thoughts there, different layers that kind of suppress or cover that precious pearl, that diamond, that truth that you are, that we are, is covered like an onion, has many layers. So in meditation, we also learn how to deal with our inner world, with the thoughts that come to disturb us. But the aim in meditation is always, ultimately, right, to experience your highest potential, experiencing your true self. So let us start with a short exercise, and we're going to do few short exercises and gradually going deeper and deeper within, right? So we will, is that okay? Everyone is ready? So as you, everyone is already a friend of the Brahma Kumaris, the meditation center. So you know already that, so we do meditate with open eyes, right? So you don't need to force yourself to do so. Close it if you feel you really need so, but even when you leave here, think about it a little bit, reflect on it. If meditation really has something to do with my inner self, with my inner power, if it's actually about connecting with myself to be in my power, would I not want to do that anywhere and anytime? So whether I'm at school, whether I'm on the bus, whether I'm in a meeting, and even when I'm with someone, subtly I can withdraw and just for a few seconds go within. And when we are out there, it's not very practical to just close the eyes. So yes, there are more challenges when we practice keeping the eyes open, but the more we overcome those challenges, the stronger I become. Because when my eyes are open, I see things, right? But also I have ears. I have a nose. We have 5 sense organs of the body. And typically, our mind is overloaded with physical sense perception. And so when I said before, the mind become like a wild horse, I see something and I turn my head. I hear something and my head goes in the other direction. I feel something, smell something, and instantly I'm reacting. right? But maybe I am dealing with something or I'm being with someone and I need to pay attention. But if there's a lack of concentration, if my ears just pull me over there, then is maybe sometimes even accidents can happen because I lose focus, I lose concentration, I get distracted. The mind wanders here and wanders there, right? So let us start with a simple relaxation exercise and to just become more present in the present moment. Yeah. So we don't have a specific posture. You sit just comfortably. And ideally, we want to keep the mind straight. In any meditation, we would like to slow down the thoughts of the mind, the speed of thoughts, move into a different wavelength, the brain also. But when the mind becomes quiet, many just go to sleep. But when we are in a meditative state, what we want is to experience inner calmness, but at the same time, you want to be alert. Yeah? So sit relaxed. Feet can be on the ground. And if you keep your eyes open, you can either focus on my forehead or the point of light behind me, or you can choose any object in front of you where you want to focus just to use it as a focus. You don't want to look at it, explore it, or even think about it. It's just to rest the eyes. And the attention we want to bring inward, connecting to the body right now. So as I sit relaxed, take a deep breath in and I exhale. And become aware. I consciously become aware about my surrounding. Feel the temperature. Become aware about the lightening. This is a mindfulness practice that helps us to just come into the present moment. And choose some objects in this room and just become fully aware about them. As I gently have activated the sense organs, I become more present. I'm in this room physically, but I also want to bring my mind, the thoughts, the awareness into this room. And for a few moments, hold the focus, hold the concentration. Whether it's the temperature that you feel, the light, or one of those paintings, anything in your surrounding. And then become aware of your breathing. So from the surrounding, I bring the attention, the awareness to my physical body, specifically to the breath. And again, consciously inhale and exhale. And as you follow these thoughts, also become aware about the pauses between the thoughts. Again, consciously take a deep breath in. And there's not much to think about. It's just to be present and hold the focus as I inhale and exhale. And just stay in the moment for a few more seconds. The body has become still. My mind has become much calmer, quiet. The task here is simply to gently keep the focus in the moment, how I breathe in and how I breathe out. And before we come back, take note how the mind, my attention, my focus gradually had turned away from the surrounding, the outer world, and how I brought my mind closer to myself, simply by focusing and paying attention on how I breathe in, how I breathe out. The spaces, the stillness between the thoughts. Gently check your body, scan your body. And if there are any tensions anywhere, give the permission to relax. Om Shanti. So, is there anyone who would like to share? Give some feedback where you're able to stay with the thoughts, to follow the thoughts. Did you notice that physically, mentally, there's a little bit of relaxation? Yes? No?
Just the thoughts, my thoughts start becoming more, less and less, and slower and slower, and I was starting to feel more quiet, more peaceful, more calm.
Nice. Is there anyone else who would like to share what your experience was? The microphone, so that everyone can hear you.
Also, you're saying that it was not 100% the whole time, but at some point, yes, I was able to relax. And then when my mind realized that it was so relaxed, it came back to again to like, oh wait, what am I? And also it kept going back and forth, back and forth.
And how is that? You have observed that there is some fluctuation.
Yes.
And how is that? Can I be okay with that? Is that okay?
I think so.
Yeah. It's very important. Like in everything or for everything in life, you set an aim, right? But then it requires some practice. If we want to experience peace, and I then, for example, I practice meditating, but for some reason, mind keeps wandering off, thoughts coming in. Now, if I get impatient, if I don't like it, if I start to think, oh, I can't do it, this is too difficult. Now, can those thoughts help you experience being peaceful? Exactly. So what you mentioned is a very good example. So there is some fluctuation, but can I be consciously, I've become aware about it, but also can I be okay with it? Can I accept the condition of the mind in this moment the way it is? And like a child learns to walk, so many times the child falls down, right? But it just gets up again and tries it again. Doesn't have an attitude. So as we move inward, and even though it's just at the beginning, we come to see certain tendencies, certain attitudes that I'm using towards myself. They can be either genuine, they can be based on love, accepting, forgiving. I can be willing to learn, or I can just get upset, dislike it. Do you understand? Can you see that? How I react or can react towards my own self. And this is something that's going on all the time. The self-talk that we're having is usually not very positive, not very genuine, not very uplifting, not very encouraging for the self. But we are not even aware that we are having, that this chatter is going on inside. And I'm holding attitudes against myself. Physically also, do you like to be with someone or in the company of someone who is very impatient, constantly complains, is never content, always sees a problem in everything, you know, gets upset, has a punitive attitude? Do you like this kind of company? No. But you check yourself when you leave here also and tomorrow, the moments when we call someone, maybe after school or even during after work, when I come home or on the way home, I call someone, I get busy here, I get busy there, I distract myself. I have something to do, but I do something different. Many, many times it is because I can't be with myself, because I'm not feeling good inside. So something has happened during the day. I didn't pay attention. I got affected. There are emotions. But because I don't have the practice or habit of paying attention and guiding myself, these reactions are going on, but I'm not comforting myself. I'm not clearing it up. I'm not how to say, Yeah, exactly. So I don't give that time to myself to address it. And something else happened and something else happens. And then by the end of the day, the mind is like so overactive and exhausted, and even body can get exhausted. So each time when I'm not able to be with myself easily because something is going on, that's typically where we distract ourselves the most. In other words, I run away from myself. And that creates more problems. Yeah. Because what I can't give to myself, what I want to experience, I can't experience, I don't experience, and then I distract myself and want it from the outside. But no one really can give that to us. So what we also learn as we learn to meditate and start to practice meditating is just these very simple exercises that we did now, right? This one exercise, already you can come to know, you come to see certain subtle tendencies that we are using, that we are applying on the self. How I feel about myself when I have certain thoughts, when I can't achieve what I want to achieve in this particular moment. And so what we now, if I want to ultimately experience inner peace, what is it that I will have to do before I can even meditate or go deeper into meditation? No, when someone has a problem, someone falls or someone gets hurt or something is going on with someone, what do you do? You help them, exactly. You give them attention, and then dependent on the need of the moment, you will give that support. And you do that on the basis of love, right? So this is exactly what, it sounds very simple. It sounds almost like, why do I need, we're supposed to do this or be with the self like that, naturally. But actually, no, we are not. So I have to learn to be more loving towards myself, friendly, be my best friend, make my mind my best friend. So the mind serves me and is not acting against me. Because if the mind is in a chaotic situation, if the mind is very negative, if the mind is very stressed, distressed, does it serve me? No, I will want to run away from it. So what do we do now? Of course, if I now want to change the relationship I have with my inner self, I will have to give it attention. I will have to maybe even learn a little bit of how to do it. But if we don't do it, what will be our condition as we keep going on in life? And if we don't give that attention to the self, what will happen? It will change by itself. Now, during COVID, it has become very evident. Isolation, physical isolation, you can't go where you want to go, you can't meet the people you want to meet, and so many became depressed. And, many other problems also. But overall, it was not a pleasant experience for the majority of people all over the world. Loneliness was another big one. So if I learn to be with myself, if I learn to come to know myself, and I coach myself so that the relationship with my own inner world, with my own inner self becomes beneficial, becomes uplifting, becomes loving, caring, it becomes very easy and enjoyable to be in your own company. And then there is an inner sense of contentment, but also you learning some subtle skills to help yourself. The more we can take care of our own self in this way, then your interactions and relationships with others will also become much more meaningful and pleasant. Plus, I would think you will also save different resources like time, even money, because when we are stressed or distressed, we're doing all sorts of things, right? It's a lot of waste at different levels that we incur. Based on what I've just shared, to put it in different words, how to deal with darkness or negativity is not to be negative, not to be afraid of it, but we have to learn to have a positive attitude towards darkness and just turn on the switch of light. And in spirituality, for us, it's to shift my awareness and connect to that part within yourself. Remember that part of yourself that is always peaceful. Remember your goodness. Remember your strengths. Yeah. So ultimately, through the practice of meditation, we want to meet our higher self. We want to meet the best part within the self and experience that. First, I have to know about it. And eventually, as I learn to take the steps, the journey inward, ultimately, then I can experience that peace that is within. And instead of fighting the darkness, I learn to accept it, acknowledge it, accept it is there. Some negative thoughts, some other thoughts that bother me. It is there, no problem. Observe it. It's not good, it's not bad. It just is what it is. No judgment. But you understand that these kind of thoughts are not very healthy for me. So, no point to engage in those. So I become the observer. And what I want to experience and what I want to engage with and what I want to focus, where I want to focus on is my innate truth, my inner truth. And that is, I am a peaceful being. I am a loveful being. I am a wise being. I am a powerful being. You understand? So you want to connect to that potential that is there. And once you have the courage to create those thoughts, things will start to shift inside. Yeah? Does that make sense? To become aware, I am a being of goodness. I am a being of light. I am a being of peace. But I have all these other thoughts. It's okay. Let them come, let them be, let them go. But where do I hold the focus, the attention on? Whatever I think about, whatever I am engaging with will grow, right? So the more I dislike something or someone or my own thoughts, my own mind, the bigger it will become. It's like an investment. So whatever I create, then I have to sustain it. But we don't have to dislike anything. But learning to accept it is what it is. And it's not even good nor bad. Very neutral, no judgment. And then become aware of where you want to hold or bring your focus on. Because if I dislike or like, it's like I'm engaging, I'm holding on. But when I become neutral, it will just fade away. It will dissolve by itself. You understand? So how to quieten the mind down is become the observer and choose to create few pure thoughts of your higher potential, of that inner peace. There's a space within each one of us that is pure, peaceful, loveful, blissful, wise, and powerful. We all have that. So let's do another exercise. I just noticed the time. It's going fast. So sit relaxed. And as we do for every meditation, we step away from the outer world. So I consciously choose to turn my focus, my attention away from the world around me. I prepare myself internally for that. I'm willing to let go for the next few moments and turn my attention inward onto myself. To begin with, again, let us focus on the breathing. I consciously breathe in and then exhale. Observe your own breathing for a few moments. Have the aim to hold the focus and the attention on the breath. If the mind wants to go somewhere else, gently bring it back. There's not much to do, then simply hold the attention. Stay alert and be the observer of how you breathe in and how you breathe out. If there are thoughts coming into the mind, if the mind wants to think about something different, acknowledge it and give direction to your mind. That for a few moments, I just want to become still, present in this moment, and hold the attention on the breath. Train the mind to listen to you and practice holding the attention, the focus. At the same time, allow the body to even relax further And then I choose to create a thought of my subtle inner being behind these eyes. There's a conscious being of light. Visualize a sparkling light. And that light radiates peace. That light is not just beautiful, but its rays are soothing, peaceful, calm. I am that living light, completely free, silent, peaceful. I hold the focus on those thoughts, the thought that I am this living light and I am peace. There's nothing else to think about. If the mind wanders, then again, gently bring it back. Observe. Observe your own mind, where it goes, and how it behaves when you order it back. To bring the focus and hold the focus on the awareness that I am this living light, peaceful, silent, filled with many treasures. I'm in this body, but I am free, beyond the influence of my senses. I'm able to hold the focus, my concentration on the pure thoughts that I create of myself. And I'm much less distracted by the noise or what the eyes see. I'm able to stay within. I care for myself and I respect myself. Just see or feel, observe how you feel when you speak to yourself with love. with attention. When you care for your own well-being. Om Shanti. So, could you follow it a little bit? Could you get into some kind of experience? Yeah. Anyone on Zoom want to share something?
It was very good, sister. Peaceful.
But maybe one thing that you can take with you, there are different points that have been mentioned, but our whole approach to in the past, when we didn't like something or didn't want, whole approach to darkness or negativity, to change that, not to dislike, but experiment with that approach, with that idea. It is just what it is. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just what it is. And ask yourself, so what? If it's like that, so what? I still have to move on. Life continues. And the more loving, caring I can be, accepting, forgiving, my life experiences moment by moment become much more pleasant. Just one thought of love, one thought of care, one thought of kindness towards the self, even the willingness to connect to yourself in a beneficial way, you will notice it's already affecting the mind and how you feel. And you will even want to come closer and closer to yourself. Okay, so shall we close this? Oh, you want to make that announcement? This is just a reminder that we will have a very special one-day meditation retreat here at the center, July 27th. And Charlie Hawk, he's the coordinator of the centers in Australia. He will be here and he will be conducting this retreat and be with everyone, be with all of you. And he's very, very beautiful, very loving person, very experienced, very powerful.
We can be on Zoom.
As far as I know, it's in person only. For PKs on Zoom, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yes.
To some degree. So that will be Saturday, July 27th, between 10 and 3 in the afternoon, and lunch is included. So you are most welcome to join, but also if you would like to bring someone, you are most welcome. And on Saturday, we have the workshop. It has been announced already. So have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, sister.